So social proof, have some reviews on all of your on your homepage of your site and all of your other pages. There's some things like Bird Eye that actually have a widget that will actually scroll through all of your online reviews. So that's really cool. If you don't have something like that, just grab a few of your best reviews and showcase them. I've listened to phone calls because I track all phone calls for all the companies we do business with. And I've actually listened to some of these calls where they say, hey, I read the review on your page. It sounds like you guys are, really do a great job. So people do read these things. And so you really always want to have reviews on on any page that's got a phone number and a form. Throw some reviews on that page because people do read them and they help quite a bit. Okay, and so just some stats for you guys. 4.8 billion people have mobile phones. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know this. It's probably even more by now. I think that stat's a few years old. 3 out of 5 consumers search for local businesses on their smartphone. And this is a scary stat right here. Google reports that 40% of mobile consumers turn to a competitor's site after a bad mobile web experience. Okay, so if nothing else scares you, that really should, right? So we need to make sure our websites are mobile friendly and that we make it very, very simple to get a quote, to call. And so again, guys, if there's anything you do after watching this, go on your mobile site, just see how easy it is to get a quote. Because I've been to so many Limo websites where I'm like, okay, how do I get a quote? Where do I go? Where's the phone number? Oh, the phone number's in an image. I need to memorize it, click off, and then try to remember the number. So if that's you, fix that because that could literally triple the number of leads you're getting overnight. And then here's what live chat actually looks like. I believe this is a free live chat that one of my clients is using, talk.to. And you'll notice something though. What does it say? Offline, right? So the reason I wanted to show you guys this slide, I know I said earlier that give live chat a try, but look, if you guys don't have someone that can man the live chat during normal business hours, people understand if it's 11 o'clock at night and you're offline, they're going to forgive you. But if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it says offline, that looks a little sketchy, right? They're like, okay, who is this company? Like, is there even someone actually there? So again, if you're a good sized limo company where you've got sales reps, then definitely give it a shot. But if you're an owner operator and you can't man that thing all the time, then you probably want to shy away from it because I think it will actually work against you if someone sees that you're offline. So end of story, give it a shot, but if you can't be on it during normal business hours, just skip it. And here's what it actually looks like. This is a Bird Eye actual form, and they have something cool where it'll actually text you, and you can have a text conversation as opposed to having an app on your phone for live chat. But Apex Chat said that having live chat can increase your online leads by 40%. So this is a stat when I was doing research for this webinar that I saw, and that's a pretty big number. But I'll tell you what, if it did increase someone's conversions by 40%, and by 40%, that means going from like a 10% conversion rate to a 14% conversion rate. That doesn't mean going from a 10% to a 50%. So that's one thing to remember when you're getting these numbers. But still, going from 10% to 14% would be pretty good. But I guarantee you, whoever got those results, they were constantly manning their live chat and always had someone available. So again, give it a shot. So I want to just do a quick review here of the key ideas I went over. Get the basics right. Number 1 and 2 are, I would say, 2 to 3 times more important. excuse me, than everything else combined. So number 1 and 2 are probably, yeah, if you only remember those 2 things, you'll have gotten a lot out of this. And always make sure that on your mobile site, you have those 2 things above the fold. I've seen sites that have the phone number above the fold on their mobile, but you have to scroll to see the form. That is nowhere near as good as you want both above the fold on the mobile site. So if you just have the phone number above the fold, you want to add the quote request form above the fold too. And then adding credibility with those symbols, that's really easy to do if you're a member of the Better Business Bureau, or even if you have a Yelp account or TripAdvisor, any of those symbols, companies, businesses that people would be familiar with, you want to make sure those are added to your page. And then, again, these other things I'm going to go through, they can help, but not near as much as that first thing. So having real authentic images of your chauffeurs and your team, like I said earlier, my client Lennon from American Transportation increased his conversion rate probably about 20 or 30% from what he did have, just by adding the video of him talking about his business. And I don't think I've seen a Limo website yet that actually has images of your chauffeurs. But think of it this way. Who are they actually going to meet? Who is the client going to meet? Typically, they're not going to meet the business owner unless you're an owner-operator. So really, having images of your chauffeurs on your website, that's going to help a ton, because people want to know, okay, who am I going to be working with? Who am I going to actually be interacting with? And so that can help a ton. Plus, it gives personality to your website. Adding video, like I mentioned, can improve things a lot. Having a website welcome video, and then also a video, if you want some extra credit, like I was saying, have your vehicles, or at least your most popular vehicles, get them, do a pan from the outside, show what they look like on the inside. If it's a party bus, show what it looks like all lit up. And that can really help a ton as well. Showcasing your online reviews. So any page that you're sending traffic to, so whether that be your home page or your landing pages, or even on your service pages or your fleet page, you want to have forms and a phone number on all of those pages, okay? Because many times people will go from your home page to your fleet page, and you want to make sure that no matter where they go, there's always a phone number and a form that they can fill out. But also having reviews on those pages as well. So these things should be on every page you have, because people are going to frequent lots of other pages on your site, not just your home page. And you want to make sure that they can convert on those pages without having to take an extra step and finding, oh shoot, where was that quote format? You know, and then having to hunt around your site. People are very impatient when they're online browsing, so you want to make it easy on them. And then calls to action throughout each page. Typically, again, I like to see a button on top, on the middle of the page, and on the bottom. If you have short pages, maybe you only need 2, but especially if you have long pages where you can scroll and scroll and scroll, you want to have several buttons. So the button can just say, get my quote, and the button will redirect them to the form. That's all that is. That's all I mean by call to action. And then special and one-time offers. Again, like I was saying, if you have an event in your area, a large convention, a concert, you know, add something like, you know, hey, 10% off, or hey, we'll give you a 5th hour for free if you book 4. And then again, live chat, try it out. For smaller businesses, it probably won't work as well as it does for large businesses.